Great. I feel like I'm doing a lot of speaking up here. I'm about to do a spoken word piece, and I promise I haven't hijacked this service just for self-indulgent purposes. Peter Baker has asked me to do this. This is just building up to our passage that we heard read earlier from Matthew 7, but also reflecting on Pentecost Sunday and the person of the Spirit. See what you think. This is called House Music. I'd like to start this poem by celebrating an anniversary. Well, technically a birthday. Don't worry, I'm not thinking of anyone here, though if today is your day, then well done, another year. And it's worth saying, if yours is near, please redirect all coming Lansdowne birthday sermon shout-outs to Peter Baker. He's sitting right here. Now, while we're on the subject, mine's the 29th of December for all those wanting to lavish me with extravagant gifts but can't quite remember, even though I'm happy to accept all year round. If you can't quite afford to or don't really know me, the Castle Point round Asda sells wham bars for 10p. I quite like them, so, feel free. But tonight's birthday, in question, we must wind the clock back exactly 30 years to a different setting. Chicago, January 1987. DJ-producer Steve Hurley has just written a song he releases for a bit of fun, only to find out with no airplay it beats George Michael and Aretha Franklin to #1. And with it, house music is born. It forms the backbone of all the electro-pop we love or hate now. The highbrow of the disco arena. Think Daft Punk, Calvin Harris, and the Macarena. Think toe-tapping, ticking, timeless beats that literally seem to last for ages with no apparent relief until someone finally presses the pause button. Think sing-along hooks. Think Boots and Cats, and Moloko from '99 telling us to sing it back, bring it back, sing it back, even though no one knows what she wants us to sing or bring back. I like house music, but Moloko asks, truth, do you hear me? Truth, do you hear me? Thank God for house music, but this house music still holds its questions. In amongst the clamour of noise, we fetch the anthems of Calvin Harris's Searching for Truth and Fullness, as he cries, open up my eyes, tell me who I am, let me in on all your secrets, no inhibition, no sin. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? What devotion are you? This house of house music still seems stuck, creaks and sways, suspended in a fidgety freeze frame where it knows what it wants is truth and more, but it's comfier, as Moloko said, to sleep to the lie. That lullaby seems sweet, but will one day die and sink with the sands of time. So, happy birthday, house music. But let me introduce you to another house music that fell one Pentecost day before. Acts 2, verse 2 tells us this. Suddenly, a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house. No repetition. The Spirit of God turning up unannounced to fast forward the family mission, pumping the music of truth and fullness back into our Great Commission. Words of life. Rock for house, the soundtrack that your story keeps on ticking and living and breathing to. It's all the words and letters and sounds that ever were sit tight on the tongue of a man called Word, a name with a capital W that gives us cause to great thought of him as the word that catches every awkward pause and breath drawn but never used and somehow turns it into the house music that endures. Words of life, the sweet song of the Spirit's words that undergirds the foundations of our houses. What music does your home pay homage to tonight? What music is your house playing?